Hello students, today we are going to study chapter number 16, Forest our lifeline. Forest and trees are important for us as they not only provide us with oxygen but also help in making the environment cleaner and greener. Often forests have dense growth of trees such that even sunlight is unable to penetrate through the leaves of the trees. Therefore, such places become a habitat for mosses, lichens, and other shade loving plants and animals. Such a conical shaped shaded cover found by the trees with the help of their upper branches is called a canopy. The vegetation beneath the main canopy of a forest is called the understory. The tall trees form the canopy and the smaller trees and shrubs form the understories. Below the understories are the ground flora and herbs which form the lowest layer of the understory. Now we will know about the importance of forest. Forest uh, Forests are very important for us in many ways, such as purification of airs. Plants help in purifying the air. They give out oxygen in the process of photosynthesis. In the process, they also absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This purifies the air. Forests give us timber from trees such as sal, teak, and pine. This timber is used to make furniture, railway sleepers, cart, boat, ships, sport good, and much more. Forests provide food to the animals and the tribal people. They are habitats to many wild plants and animals, such that these animals are dependent on the forest for food. The animals follow the food chain and gain nutrients by eating other animals and plants. Forests have a number of medicinal plants that are used to make different medicines. For example, the leaf of neem, tulsi, and eucalyptus are well known for their medicinal values. The trees in the forest have roots which bind the soil particles together and prevent the soil from being eroded or blown away. In this way, forests prevent soil erosion and maintain fertility of soil. The dead leaves, twigs, and shrubs decay and form humus. Humus adds nutrients to the topsoil and improves the fertility and the quality of the soil. Interdependence of plants and animals in forests. Different organisms in the forest are interdependent. They depend on each other for food, protection, and shelter. Hence, it is important to control this biodiversity by managing the balance between the two. Uh, Dependence of animals on plants. Food. All animals, directly or indirectly, depend on plants for their food. For example, herbivores eat plants, and carnivores and omnivores feed on herbivores. Oxygen. The plant take in carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and give out oxygen in the atmosphere. Shelter. Some animals, such as monkeys and birds, depend on plants for shelter. Dependence of plants on animals. Animals take in carbon dioxide and release carbon dioxide while breathing. This carbon dioxide in turn is used by the plants in the process of photosynthesis and oxygen is released. Animals also helps plants to reproduce through pollination. Insects, birds and other animals help the plants by carrying the pollen grains to various places for pollination. Forest and ecosystem. The collection of all plants, animals, and living organisms which are interdependent and live in a particular habitat comprises an ecosystem. All ecosystems are self-sustaining. Green plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Hence, they are called producers. The animals that feed on green plants are called herbivores or primary consumers. The herbivores are then eaten by carnivores or secondary consumers. The carnivores are then eaten by omnivores. When the consumers die, their body is decomposed by microorganisms and are hence called decomposers. Some bigger animals feed on the dead animals and dispose the dead matter. These animals are called scavengers. Food chain. Food chain is a series of organisms based on eating and being eaten. Food web. When a number of food chains get linked together in an ecosystem, they form a food web. Each living organism in the ecosystem is a part of multiple or different food chains. Conservation of forests. Till now, we have seen that forests are very essential. However, nowadays, forests are being cut down for creating lands for agriculture, construction and other industrial activities. This cutting of forest on a large scale is called deforestation. Such activities harm the environment, thus, it is very important to manage these forests properly and wisely because our own lives depend directly or indirectly on the forest. For example, if the forest disappear, then the amount of carbon dioxide will increase in the air, and this in turn will lead to a rise in the Earth's temperature. The increase in Earth's temperature can affect many natural phenomena that further increase the problem of global warming. There are a number of steps that can be undertaken to maintain and protect the forest. Afforestation. Planting more and more trees to renew plant cover on barren land is called afforestation. Planting trees on land where there were a forest is called reforestation. Plant harvesting. The use of modern techniques for protecting the forest during harvesting or cutting trees is called plant harvesting of the forest. Protection from fire. Forest fire should be prevented. Every year, fires destroy huge forest areas. Fire are caused due to carelessness of the people or even through natural causes. People should avoid smoking or cooking in forest areas. By creating awareness, people should be made aware of the importance of forest in their lives. There should be forest nurseries which give away plants free of cost to people for growing them near their houses. The existing laws for protecting wildlife sanctuaries and other wildlife reserves should be properly implemented. The guidelines set by WWF and UNESCO for forest conservation should be properly followed. The Van Mahotsav should be made more effective, popular, and meaningful. Thank you.